My name is Victor Palafox. I'm a 19-year-old student here in Birmingham, Alabama, and I'm also undocumented. I arrived here in this country when I was 6 years old. I came here with my family and my younger brother, who was 3 at the time, and I've been living here in Birmingham, Alabama for the past 13 years. It's going to be 14 coming this December. We have just been here. We've been really carving out an American reality as opposed to an American dream, and with HB 56, everything that we've worked for, all the homes, all the land, all the cars that we've eventually gained through the sweat of our own brow is in danger. So right now I'm a student organizer with Alabama Dreamers for the Future, and also with the Alabama Coalition of Immigrant Justice. Life in Alabama has essentially been poisoned with fear, with anxiety, and with insecurity. You have people leaving left and right. When the law was first signed by Governor Bentley, I remember a truck on my street that was just packed to the brim with possessions, and they left the very same day. People are living in anxiety. Some people are afraid to even go out of their house. You've had a lot of documented immigrants that have also left the state because they don't like the atmosphere that Alabama has really been catapulted into. It's received a lot of public backlash, I'm very surprised at the amount, but I'm very pleasantly surprised that so many Alabamans, so many Southerners are willing to speak out against a law that doesn't represent us, that doesn't represent the state, and is merely the byproduct of the loudest, most vehement, most jingoist xenophobes here in the state. My dreams are that this law is blocked in its totality, because that in itself would send a message to the rest of the nation. It would basically erect a monolith that said, we will not tolerate these sort of nations here in Alabama, nor do we want to see them spread to other parts of the state. I would like to have an Alabama that moved itself forward into the future, rather than regress into a bygone era, where basic human liberties were suppressed under the mantra of law. When you have people being denied access to water, access to utilities, when the sanctity of contracts, something that this nation has always held very dear, is threatened. It's just un-American, and I would really want it to be wiped clean from the state of Alabama. My worst fear is that it won't, that this is just going to be a stepping stone for other states to eventually follow with such legislation. But this is also opening the door. There are laws that speak of denying citizenship to children who are born here to undocumented parents, and it's just, I would hate for my country to once again regress to such disgusting periods of time in history. Originally, I wanted to go to university. I got accepted into various universities throughout the South to go study history and eventually become a teacher. A lot of people tell me that my aspirations are too low, that I should become something else, but my heart is set on being a teacher. I see it as something very grassroots, in which one can engage with the community, with the students, a lot better than, say, being another professional. Like I said, I was going to go to university, but HB 56 really blocked that. I've been unable to study, which is why I have delved into student organizing. I've been mobilizing students not only in high school, but in the universities throughout the Birmingham area, and slowly but surely throughout the rest of the state. My brother also wants to go to university. He's on his way to being a salutatorian, maybe a valedictorian if he works hard enough, and he is going to be unable to study under these situations. And it would really be such a shame to have an American who's been here, who's lived here, who's worked to the bone to be able to sustain a better future, have that denied to him by HB 56. Yes, originally we were supposed to be leaving to the Pacific Northwest on September 1st, when the law was supposed to go into effect. But when we saw that people needed help here, when we saw that people were mobilized and that people needed a sense of guidance, we decided to stay here and help out the efforts not only of the Hispanic community, not only of the immigrant community, but of the community of Alabama as a whole. So that is why I'm here. I'm here to help, I'm here to fight, and I'm here to hopefully guide Alabama into a better era.